Okay.
You can have.
Who here has a victory with 100,000 miles on it? Stand up.
Oh, come on, give me a break.
I'm just gonna run these two guys' dinner. 105.
You gotta put them all on.
110.
Mine's fine. Yeah, I'm done.
115. Yeah, and you had to write it yourself, right? 120. 125. 130. Yeah, these bikes, they're just not reliable. You out? Now, if I'm correct, this is the prettiest 99 I've ever seen. How many miles? That's it. That shows you they're junk. Don't buy one. Even I can remember that one. And the last prize. If you bought a Victory motorcycle in the last year, stand up.
How many more?
11 months.
Get him, honey.
Frank's over here counting his fingers, so. All right, 10 months.
Yeah, so you got your
9 months.
What is it?
37 days ago.
8 months.
July, two and a half.
7 months.
Oh, Candace is
6 months. It's my wife. Hang on a second. Hi, baby. I'm on the podium speaking right now. That's all right. Love you.
Here, Candace.
4 months.
I'll go eat at McDonald's.
3 months.
Hurry.
2 months.
So, stay up.
1 month.
Now sit down. Sit down.
2 weeks.
Now you gotta say it.
1 day. What's your name? What did you buy?
Cheryl was here and a cross-country tour yesterday about 4 o'clock.
Awesome. All right, that concludes the calisthenics portion of the show. Before I can sit here and talk all night, but I'm going to have to go to the bathroom because I drink a lot of water. But before I go, I would like to definitely say I've had the honor and privilege of being the president of this fine club for the last 3.5 years. And I cannot tell you enough how much I have gotten out of being in this position. The honors that I have received just from the friendships that I have created here. There's some people here I need to thank that are pretty much the benefactors of the way I was out here. You know, I'm here riding Ann's motorcycle. If it wasn't for Craig, I couldn't have made it out here at all. My only goals when I became the president of this club was a little bit of peace in the clubhouse, a little bit of policies and procedures, and the continued growth of this club. And with all you people, we've been pretty successful with it. Thank you very much.
Kevin. Thank you very much. Our next speaker tonight is Gregor Moe. Gregor is a member of the VMC. His handle is IBVic, and he's from Buffalo, Minnesota. And in 2010, September 2010, Greg set a new national speed run record of 165.8 miles an hour on his Victory Kingpin at the Bonneville Salt Flats. When I first approached Greg about this, I had a question. I was so curious why somebody would do that. I said, have you always been a speed demon? And he says, I like to burn gas. Asked him what other things he likes to ride fast. He's a sled racer, car racer, aerobatic pilot. And Greg has been a Polaris rider in one form or another since the age of 10. And in 96, he actually got to ride one of the Victory prototypes. So let's give it up for Greg Moe.
Thank you, Ann. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 2013 VMC Meet. Hope everyone's having a good time. We got out for a little ride today. It's nice out here.
Some ludicrous.
I got a little presentation to do. I'm invited to come out here and talk about myself and my victory riding experiences and running at the Bonneville Salt Flats. If I can figure out the buttons on this thing, we'll get the show going.
Did your bike turn white when you went out there, Tim?
My bike? Yeah. Wait a minute. There we go. Okay, that's a picture from the Bonneville Salt Flats. 23 seconds at speed. That's if you're doing 166, that's how long it takes to go a mile. I'll just tell you a little bit, give you a little background on myself. My father started working at Polaris in 1970, and back then that's just a little snowmobile company up in northern Minnesota. And Pops was pretty good at what he done there, and he's in Polaris Hall of Fame, so I'm quite proud of him. And one of the benefits when your family's involved at Polaris is you get snowmobiles to ride. And as a young kid, that's nice. Real nice. So after, been riding all the snowmobiles and hearing what's going on in the company, aware that they're coming out with the Victory motorcycles. And one day I got a call, they finally got one put together with the Victory motor. And they were gonna do some test riding out in Osceola, and there's 18 people got to go out there. That's kind of what the early bike looked like.
Out in Osceola.
November 7th, 1966. What is it?
Is that like an SC?
Thanks, Kevin. So that was kind of neat getting to ride the first bike. We just made a pass up and down the runway and nothing wild and crazy, but it's kind of neat experience. Kind of got me excited because, they're getting closer to getting victories ready for the road. And I made sure I kind of got in the front of line to get a victory, and I was lucky enough to get victory number 9. And that's a lot nicer bike than the other American bike I'd been riding for a decade. it really changed my riding style. I just started going places. So this is out at Devil's Tower during another trip to Sturgis. I don't have the green pants anymore. And I had that number 9 bike, and after a while I thought, geez, maybe, I'd hate to bend this one up and wreck it. So I thought maybe I'd put that aside, and I got a 01 Cruiser Deluxe in the spring 01, and that's August 01, rode up to the Arctic Circle. I think it's the first victory up there, I'm not sure though. That's a cool ride. We actually camped up there. And then it came out with the Vegas, and I just thought that was a cool bike. That had some nice lines. So I picked up a Vegas, and that might look like the Moon, it's not, but it's pretty close. And also, I don't know, these bikes work good and they run good, and they keep coming out with new ones, and I just kind of like the new stuff. Now they got the Hammer with the fat tires, so I got one of those, and just out driving around, ended up on Pikes Peak one day. That's a nice ride up there. I heard it's all paved now.
Take a wide tire on there.
And they came out with the Vision. Boy, that was a big step into the future, I guess is one way to put it. And then 10th anniversary, I sure liked that one. It had the colors like the number 9 bike, and he decided to pick up that. Made life a little easier riding around. Some guys say I'm cheating, but I don't care. That's my buddy Happy Dan and I just finished in a 4910 ride. Wow. And that's a highball. That one got my attention too. I got a lot of bikes now, more than I need, but that's not going to stop me. We'll see what's next. But that's with Mike Dapper. He's VMC Dapper Colt. We both got the highballs and decided to do an iron butt ride on them. And that's at that picture's at the Polaris Experience Center in Rosso. It's about halfway through our ride, and it's kind of neat. Mike came up with his term called iron ball, because it's an iron butt ride on a high ball. Which makes sense to me. But the Iron Butt guys sent us on our certificates, it says Iron Ball 1000, so you go a long ride on that bike to get a special certificate. I think that's cool. No, I didn't do the loop-de-loop. Wasn't even tempted. One thing about these victories is you can really go places. Like I mentioned earlier, I really started traveling around. And it just, rather than just staying local and going to Sturgis once in a while, I just started, throwing darts on the map and going and chasing them. And I also ended up hearing about the Iron Butt Association. I know I've seen a bunch of Iron Butt plates on some of the bikes out here. And what the Iron Butt is, it's a long distance riding club. You do 1,000 miles in 24 hours. You get a patch and a pin, and that's kind of their introductory ride. You've got quite a few other rides. I've been trying a few of them. Great Lakes Gold was the first one. That's a lap around the Great Lakes. It took 46 hours. And there's, lap around Lake Michigan, Bun Burner Gold. I saw one of those license plates out here somewhere. Congratulations to that guy. And a bunch of saddle sores and stuff. And 48 plus was last year, and then a few weeks ago, a buddy and I did the USA East-West Insanity. It's iron butt ride, no one had done yet. That's from the most eastern road in the USA, which is in Lubec, Maine. So we went out there and had some lobster, and then we went to the most western road in the USA, which is Homer, Alaska. So we had some Alaska king crab. Made sense to me. Well, I think I got somewhere around 42,000 iron butt miles now. So aside from that, I'm also, touring around and checking things out and looking for, places to go and things of interest. And a number of years ago, I was looking on a computer one night, and I heard about this thing called the Bump Motorcycle Speed Trials. I said, well, what's that? And what it is, it's the Dennis Manning, who's a streamliner racer, big record setter, a lot of Bonneville motorcycle history, decided to start his own event. It's a motorcycle-only event, Bonneville Salt Flats. And everyone's heard about the Bonneville Salt Flats. When of course I had too, but I didn't know much about it. But they had one thing that really got my attention. There we go. One thing that got my attention was that they had one of the classes was called Run What You Brung. Well, that means you just ride your bike off. Any bike in this parking lot could enter the Run What You Brung class. So I took the Vegas out there, took the windshield and stuff off, and made a pass down the salt and got a 119, and that's my first taste of the salt. But it's kind of like they